The Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer doesn't waste a single moment easing us in. It opens with a heavy, almost suffocating atmosphere, making it instantly clear that the consequences of the Season 2 finale are about to hit harder than ever. Ruby isn't just struggling anymore, she looks broken. Suspended, isolated, and surrounded by whispers, the trailer shows her standing alone in spaces that once felt safe. You can feel the weight of her Oxford dream slipping through her fingers, and the pain on her face says everything words don't. What makes it even more intense is how the trailer frames James during all of this. He's there, but he's distant, cold, torn apart by guilt, anger, and the pressure of a family legacy that refuses to loosen its grip on him. Their relationship, which once felt like the emotional core of the show, now feels fragile, like one wrong move could shatter it completely. What really elevates this trailer is how it leans into silence and tension instead of giving us easy answers. Conversations are cut short, looks linger for just a second too long. Every interaction feels loaded with secrets that haven't been spoken out loud yet. The Bowfort family drama takes on a darker tone, especially with Mortimer, who no longer feels like just an antagonist, but a looming force controlling everything from the shadows. The trailer strongly hints that James is starting to realize how deep his father's manipulation goes, and that realization looks painful. You can see it in his hesitation, in the way he clenches his jaw, in the moments where he clearly wants to protect Ruby but doesn't know how without destroying himself in the process. And then there's the emotional undercurrent that makes this trailer hit so hard. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's raw. The music builds slowly, almost heartbreakingly, mirroring the way these characters are being pushed to their limits. Percy's presence, brief but haunting, raises even more questions about the Bowfort family past. There's a sense that long-buried truths are about to surface, and when they do, nothing will remain the same. The trailer doesn't tell us exactly what those secrets are, but it doesn't need to. You can feel them lurking beneath every frame, waiting to explode. By the time the trailer reaches its final moments, one thing becomes painfully clear. Season 3 isn't about fixing small misunderstandings or temporary setbacks. This is about identity, choice, and whether love can survive when the world is actively trying to tear it apart. The stakes have never been higher, and the emotional cost has never felt so real. If this trailer is any indication, Maxton Hall Season 3 isn't just aiming to end the story. It's aiming to leave a mark. What makes the Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer truly amazing is how it shifts the focus from just heartbreak to full emotional warfare. This time, it's not only about what happened, but about what people believe happened. The trailer heavily plays with perception, especially when it comes to Ruby and James. Ruby is clearly being judged by everyone around her, and you can feel how lonely that makes her. Friends look unsure, teachers feel distant, even familiar hallways seem colder. It's like her entire world is quietly turning its back on her, and the trailer captures that isolation in such a painful way. You don't need dialogue to understand it. Her body language alone tells us she's exhausted from constantly having to prove her innocence. At the same time, James is shown caught in a completely different kind of prison. While Ruby is being pushed out, James is being pulled deeper into the Bowfort Empire. The trailer hints that Mortimer's control is tightening, not loosening. James is surrounded by luxury, power, and expectations, but none of it feels like freedom. If anything, it looks suffocating. There are moments where James seems angry, moments where he looks defeated, and moments where he looks like he's finally starting to question everything he was raised to believe. The most heartbreaking part is that his silence is what's hurting Ruby the most. The trailer strongly suggests that his inability to fully stand beside her might be the biggest test their relationship has ever faced. What's also striking is how the trailer frames trust as the central theme of the season. Who do you believe when the truth is hidden behind lies, power, and carefully staged narratives? The show has always been about class differences, but Season 3 feels like it's pushing that idea even further. Ruby's world and James's world aren't just different anymore, they're colliding in destructive ways. The trailer shows subtle clashes between characters that used to coexist peacefully, hinting that alliances are shifting and loyalties are being questioned. Friendships that once felt solid now look fragile, as if one revelation could destroy them completely. Then, there's the emotional tension that simmers beneath every scene. The trailer doesn't rely on dramatic confrontations alone. Instead, it focuses on the moments in between. A glance that feels unfinished, a conversation that stops before the truth comes out, a decision that's clearly being delayed because the consequences are too terrifying to face. These moments make the trailer feel intense without being overwhelming, pulling the audience in and forcing us to feel the uncertainty alongside the characters. By the end of this part of the trailer, it becomes clear that Season 3 is setting up a painful question. Can love survive when trust is broken not by betrayal, but by fear? Ruby and James still care about each other. That much is obvious. But caring isn't always enough when the world keeps pushing you in opposite directions. And if the trailer is warning us about anything, it's that choosing each other this time will come at a cost neither of them can avoid. As the trailer continues, it starts peeling back layers that Maxton Hall has been hinting at since the very beginning, and this is where everything starts to feel bigger, darker, and far more dangerous. The Bowfort family's secrets are no longer just whispers in the background. They feel close, heavy, almost ready to explode. The trailer uses subtle but powerful moments to suggest that the past is finally catching up with the present. Percy's storyline, in particular, carries an eerie weight. His expressions are quiet, controlled, but filled with emotion that feels unresolved. The trailer strongly implies that whatever he knows about Cordelia and the family history isn't just personal, it's something that could change the future of the Bowfort name entirely. Mortimer, meanwhile, feels more threatening than ever, not because he's loud or aggressive, but because of how calm and calculated he appears. The trailer shows him as someone who believes he's already won, which somehow makes him even more terrifying. There's a sense that he's been several steps ahead all along, pulling strings in ways that James is only now beginning to understand. What's chilling is how the trailer hints that Ruby becoming collateral damage was never an accident. It feels planned, strategic, and realizing that seems to push James closer to a breaking point. The emotional tension doesn't stop with the Beauforts. The trailer also suggests that Ruby is no longer willing to stay silent or small. There's a noticeable shift in her presence. She still looks hurt, but there's also strength there now, a quiet determination that wasn't as visible before. The trailer makes it clear that Ruby isn't just fighting to clear her name, she's fighting to take control of her own future. Her Oxford dream isn't just about education anymore. It represents freedom, identity, and proving that she won't be erased by lies or power plays. What makes this section of the trailer so compelling is how it balances vulnerability with resolve. Ruby and James are both struggling, but in different ways. Ruby is learning how to stand alone without losing herself. James is learning that protecting the people he loves might mean standing against his own family. The trailer hints that this internal conflict is going to define his arc this season. Every choice he makes seems to come with consequences, and for the first time, it feels like there's no safe option left. By this point, the trailer has fully shifted from emotional fallout to emotional awakening. Secrets are surfacing, lines are being drawn, and the story is no longer just about repairing what was broken, but about exposing what caused it in the first place. Season 3 feels less like a continuation and more like a reckoning. And if the trailer is telling us anything, it's that once the truth comes out, there will be no way to go back to the way things were before.